So a lot of you, I've had conversations in my comment section about this very thing, about people preparing on behalf of their neighbors, right? Who maybe aren't preparing for whatever reason. And I think maybe that's a bad idea. So I get where you're coming from. It's like the Christian thing to do, to help your neighbor out. But in a situation that a lot of you are preparing for, like a world without rule of law, I think that isn't such a great idea. I've heard people talk about, and they've called them different things, but one of the things I thought was a catchy name was a good luck bag, and it was like, here you go, good luck, be on your way. That's great, like I said, in theory, and I know where you're coming from, and I get what you're trying to do, but in a situation where there's a world where like there's no rule of law, it's just chaos and pandemonium, right? Everybody's kind of doing what they want for themselves without concern for consequences. Now, I personally don't think that's going to happen, but a lot of you do, and a lot of you are preparing for this. Maybe the woman that shows up at your door with the dirty, hungry children, maybe she's legitimately just needing some help. Or maybe there's 3 guys behind her around the corner that you don't see that are just waiting for you to open your door. In a situation like that, if that happens, where it's just complete pandemonium and chaos, the world's full of awful people. It's full of awful people now that like to take advantage of situations. And you can betcha that if that happens, God forbid, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are going to be wanting to take advantage of other people's kindness. Now, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be kind, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't help your neighbor. I just think that there's some people that have these rose-colored glasses on as to, what it's going to look like. Maybe instead of spending money on preparing for your neighbors who aren't preparing for themselves, in a situation like that, maybe your money for your preps would be better spent on things to maybe, like, if you have that much stuff in your house, maybe reinforcing your house a little bit. We have adult children. So, if they came back here because they needed help, or absolutely, we're gonna take care of them. We're gonna take care of our kids, right? And maybe grandchildren, whoever comes along at the time. But just opening your door for strangers at a time like that, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's thinking things out. Someone had mentioned that in my comments, and I thought, I wonder if there's a lot of people that have like this movie idea of what life will be like. Like, you're going to be the neighborhood savior, because you have enough SpaghettiOs to help everybody out, or you have enough bottled water to help everybody out. That's nice in theory, but I think that at the end of the day, that could get you in a lot of trouble.
I walk with you through the great divide.